All right, that does it for our week four action. Some exciting games this week. I hope you were able to catch all of them. If not, make sure you're subscribing to both YouTube and Twitch. That way you don't miss any of the action. We're streaming these games live on Twitch every Tuesday and Thursday, and then these games will get uploaded the following week on Wednesday to YouTube. So if you did miss the live stream, you can always go back and catch the action there. Everything's going to be in a playlist. The games are separated into individual games. That way you can go in and watch just a specific game if that's what you're looking for. You don't have to get the whole hour and a half or 2 hour video to find the game that you're looking for. Just go to each individual game that you might have missed, or if you want to watch them all in order, they should be set up in order as well. You can just hit play and go through the whole playlist that way if you want. They're also going to be here on Twitch as well under my collections as kind of the Twitch version of a playlist. So a couple of different ways to watch. If you did miss something, try to do a pregame and a postgame after each weekly session, and then of course we're doing two games on each night, and those get put up. So four games every week. We've got a 7 week schedule, and then we're going into playoffs. We're more than halfway through the season now with week four in the books. That means we've only got 3 weeks left. That's it, and then we're going into playoff mode. So coming up, I'll give you a quick sneak peek at what's coming up next week for week five action. Here's what we're looking at. It's going to be rival week next week. So all the big time rivals, their main rivals. Again, most of these teams are rivals with each other to some capacity, but this is going to be their main primary rival that you're going to be seeing. And I'll get more into that next week when it's time to do that. But for now, that's what we're looking at. We're going to be having HL Bourgeois at Terrebonne. We're going to have Ellender at South Terrebonne, Morgan City at Thibodaux, and then South Lafourche at Central Lafourche. So, one more final reminder that all of these teams that you're seeing here featured in this series are available for download that you can use in your College Football 26 video game. Simply search my username down there at the bottom, Dreadwind94, and you can import any one of these teams into your College Football 26 video game and play as them. See how far you can take them. See if you can turn one of them into a powerhouse in the college football game. Make sure you're searching the username search box and not the shoots, the keyword search box. I say that so often you'd think I'd remember by now. All right, so once again, week four is in the books. We're looking forward to week five. We had some really exciting games this week. Three of the four games were just a one score game, and I'll recap real quick before we sign off. I'll recap the scores here. Terrebonne stayed undefeated, defeating in-town rival South Terrebonne by a score of 17 to 10. Very close game there. Classic rivalry matchup there. Thibodaux outlasted South Lafourche in a very tight game that went down to the wire in that one. Thibodaux bouncing back after losing two straight games to get back into the win column again by defeating South Lafourche by a score of 13 to 10. And then in our big upset of the week, we had Central Lafourche going into Morgan City, and I think Morgan City is going to want to continue to wear those alternate uniforms that I made for them because that's the best they've looked all season long. No pun intended as far as the uniforms are concerned, but offensively and defensively, their best performance of the season, I would say. They came out strong right from the start and did not let up the whole game. Well, maybe they let up a little bit there in the second half, but they were able to put a final drive together and pull out the victory for their very first win of the season, defeating Central Lafourche by a score of 20 to 17. Great game, probably one of the more exciting games we've had so far this season, and we've had some good ones. We had a four overtime game at one point in the season, so some really exciting action that's been happening so far this year. And then of course the final game that we just watched, Ellender handedly defeating HO Bourgeois by a score of 30 to 7. So that does it for week four. Looking forward to week five, and then after the regular season is finished, of course, we've got the playoffs ready. That's going to be going. Remember, our first tiebreaker is going to be head-to-head matchups. So if we have any two teams that are going to be finishing the season, we're going to be looking at how they're going to be seeded for the playoffs. And one and two are going to be getting the bye week. So that means three, four, five, and six are going to play each other in round one. So team three Whoever's ranked third would be playing the sixth rated team, and then whoever's fourth would be playing the fifth rated team. So we're going to determine all of that by their rankings. We're going to figure all that out, and we will have tiebreakers. If we have two teams with the same record, then their head-to-head matchup is going to be the first tiebreaker. If we end up with three-way tiebreaker, then or a three-way tie, we're going to come up with another tiebreaker, probably margin of victory. I can't go strength of schedule because they're all playing the exact same schedule. They're all playing each other. So, strength of schedule is non-existent in this particular scenario. So probably margin of victory in the head-to-heads is how I'll figure out the three-way ties if it comes down to that scenario. So anyway, just giving you a quick heads up before we get to that point. It's not going to be something. It's something I have thought about. It's not going to be something that I'm just going to do on the spur of the moment and go, well, I want this team to be in a better position, so I'm gonna use this for a tiebreaker. This is kind of what I've got laid out, thinking about it in advance. So that's what I'm planning on doing. And if that does change, I'll let you guys know when we get to that point. But that's the plan for now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me for this series. I think it's been really fun and exciting so far, and kind of like watching real football. And I'm getting a kick out of it. So I hope you are too. One more time, like, subscribe, follow me here, YouTube or Twitch, whatever you're watching this on. Follow me there, and then go to the other one and follow me there as well, so you don't miss anything. I definitely need the views. I definitely need the followers. I'm just getting all this stuff started, and it's been a lot of work in the background leading up to this. So hopefully, hopefully it'll pay off in terms of just people being able to enjoy this and people being able to watch it and getting it out there. Because this is kind of my way of just spotlighting some of these high school football teams. It's an area of Louisiana that I grew up in. One of the high schools is my alma mater. So, I just want to kind of spotlight these teams and the area in general. And this is kind of my way of doing that. Just kind of showing things off a little bit. So, one more time, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I'm gonna catch you guys next week for week 5, and we will see how things go. We've got some. I really like how competitive a lot of these games are, and as we've seen, some of the lower rated teams, they've got a shot. Once we get to the playoffs, anything can happen. So it'll be fun to watch. Thanks again for watching. I'll catch y'all next week. Bye, guys.